What is going on, guys? Judo Sloth here, and welcome to today's Clash of Clans video, where we are going to break down another one of my 3-star war attacks. You seen the Queen Charge miners a few days ago, and we did exactly the same on this base. It's not a maxed out Town Hall 12, but I quite like how I basically separated the base and took out the different areas, so we're going to break that down for you. Starting out with this section on the right hand side where you can see the multi-inferno and the queen, there was a scout attack, but it was from a bow witch attack. However, I know that there's a Tesla right next to this mortar. One balloon to come in, take that down, allows a baby dragon to do a nice little bit of a funnel here. Now this section, I was expecting there to be Teslas or something, but there's actually nothing. What I decided is to bring a wall wrecker into this area. You can see the town hall right at the bottom there, and there's actually not a lot of point defense. The wall wrecker has enough health to get in there without any other tankage, so I filled it with Valkyries, and I thought raged Valkyries in this area is going to destroy the middle part of that compartment. That's exactly what I wanted. Moving down to the south, you can see again there's kind of this separate compartment to the main base at the top. That's where I'm going to use the miners, this bit at the top. So the bit at the bottom here is where I'm going to queen charge. Now sometimes I will take the warden with my queen, other times I'll take it with the miners. It all depends on how much damage the queen is going to take. Now looking at this, there's an archer tower, there might be Teslas, Giga Tesla isn't maxed at all, and there's the king, and to be honest, my queen's not going to have any issue down that area. So once I've made a funnel here, I can charge the queen in, couple of wall breakers, and she's going to take out that entire section. Notice the splash damage down here. That's what really set me up for miners at the top. I'm then going to use the king and a couple of wizards to create the funnel here, just so the miners go into the base itself. Again, that's something that's very important to remember, and let's just dive into it, guys. That is pretty much how I broke down this attack. So starting out at the top, that one single balloon is going to come in and take out the Tesla. It actually gets the mortar at the same time. How amazing is that? I didn't swap and take the clan castle wrecker. I actually only had my level 2 wrecker. However, it was more than enough. With the scout, the other attacker used the wall wrecker in this area, and I knew that the wall wrecker was going to get in, take out this entire section without even needing any sort of tankage. So as you can see, it gets into that area. I put the rage spell down ready for the Valkyries, and just look at the value they get. I also knew that there was that skeleton trap there, but again, the Valkyries aren't going to need anything. Boom. That is fantastic. They've taken out that entire area. Down the bottom here, I didn't really have much in the way of information from the previous attack, so I did put a balloon in just in case there was a black air mine. I didn't want my queen going down to the left-hand side of the base. I wanted her going in. One test wall breaker allows that compartment to be open, and from there, it's easy. The queen is coming into this section. There's nothing going to stop her. I don't even need to use the rage spell here, to be honest. Even when she gets in range of the king, there's just nothing. She's not going to have enough damage. Now, before I started the miner section, I did wait to make sure the queen was fine, but once I knew that, in comes the king along with a couple of wizards. Again, you want the miners going into the base itself, into the defenses, not caught on the outside trash buildings and getting damage from the defenses. So the king is a brilliant tank, but you want a couple of wizards in there as well. You can see how it's perfect. The miners are going straight in. They're straight into the eagle. That's something that if you can get onto the eagle, you want to try and take it down relatively quickly. At this point, I have the Grand Warden. I have all of the spells. There's no way that the miners aren't getting through the base here. Now, I didn't get as good of a split on the miners as I would have wanted. The majority of them do come off to the right-hand side here. We only have a small portion of them across to the left, and unfortunately, the skeleton trap means that they don't quite get down the single inferno. They get caught up on them skeletons. If I had a poison spell, that would have been fantastic for taking down that area. However, it really doesn't matter. I've got more than enough miners because of how I planned the attack initially that they are going to get across there. It got just a little bit hairy on time. I think I had about 10-15 seconds left, which with an attack like this where it's not a maxed out Town Hall 12, I mean it's a new Town Hall 12 to be honest with you, 11.5, whatever you guys want to call it, that's kind of cutting it fine. I should have been crushing this base easier than that. However, I wanted to bring you it just because of how I broke down the different areas, and I feel the Queen Charge Miner is an attack that alongside the Lava Loon, I am definitely practicing quite well. So you can see that attack, which was actually the final one of the war basically, got the 3 stars, ended up winning us the war, which is awesome. Let me know if you have any experience of doing that, clutching the war for your clan. Let's show you one other Queen Charge Miner by Clash Lord. We had a bunch of other Town Hall 12 triples. Again, if you are interested in joining Red Elite, we are currently recruiting maxed out Town Hall 11 and 12s. You can join my Discord server. It's down in the description of this video, and everything you need to know about Red Elite is in there. So Clash Lord, again, what he's going to do here, the Queen Charge, and you can see how, you know, look at all the point defense down here. His Queen is going to take a lot more damage, so that's why he takes the Warden in. The Wrecker works perfectly because one thing that is hard with the Queen Charge is getting your wall breaks to basically go where you want. The wall breakers are an incredible skill to get right. The Wall Wrecker allows you to do that. Now he does have Valkyries in there, so although he doesn't quite get through that first compartment, the Valkyries all decide to hit separate walls. I don't know what that's about. Anyways, the Queen is going to charge on forward. He is going to get to the Eagle. Now, he'd use the King over on this section just to keep the Queen from going in, and to be honest, it meant that the King had a lot of time to take out them buildings. It's tough. I'd have liked probably a couple of other wizards here just to help take out this section and keep the miners onto the defenses. He opts for a couple of miners on the outside themselves. Basically, you want the main pack of your miners in the defenses themselves. You don't want the miners on the outside here getting picked off by the defenses. You need the miners on the inside. However, he got the Queen right into the center of the base, and that meant that even on the back end here, there's only a small strip of defenses. The miners are going to be pretty good, to be honest with you. You can see though, look at the trash buildings on the outside here. This is where the miners just get caught up that little bit, and if you can, you want to try and strip them outside buildings out. It's very difficult to do. Most of the time, what most people will do is just use the King and a couple of wizards, maybe just sprinkle in a baby dragon or two as the miners go around. But again, because the Queen Charge was so effective, he's going to get to the end of the raid and have more than enough miners to do it. Again, I appreciate these aren't maxed out Town Hall 12s, but I did want to show you my attack just because you guys enjoyed the miner hit the other day, and I thought since I had another one that was quite nice, you know, sectioning the base off, I might as well bring you it. But that wraps it up for this one. I've been your host, Judo Sloth, and until next time, peace out.